Alan Ritchson, the man breathing life into Jack Reacher on Amazon Prime, is far from your average action star. And this is exactly why ladies, including some very famous women, are so obsessed with him. Let's get into the mix of charm, muscle, and wit that's got Hollywood and the internet collectively losing its mind. No doubt, Ritchson is a full-bodied charisma bomb with muscles that look CGI-generated, a smile that could melt asphalt, and a presence so powerful it practically jumps out of the screen. Whether you're watching an episode of Reacher or scrolling through Twitter, it doesn't take long to see that the thirst is real and widespread. But this tidal wave of admiration isn't just about how he looks in a tight t-shirt. It's about the full Alan Ritchson experience, and that includes everything from his emotional depth to his dad energy. And of course, it all begins with his physical aura. Honestly, how could it not? Ritchson looks like he was handcrafted by a divine sculptor with a protein obsession, or at least that's what the ladies say. He's tall, broad, and so ridiculously fit that even his shadow has abs. But as anyone who's watched Reacher will tell you, there's more to his appeal than just size. His portrayal of Jack Reacher carries a quiet intensity, an unshakable calm that makes you feel like everything's going to be okay the second he walks into the frame. He's the strong, silent type, except he also knows how to land a joke. That ability to blend stoic strength with just the right amount of softness is key. Ritchson himself has said that Reacher's independence and sense of freedom are huge parts of what makes him appealing. He pointed out in an interview that while people often say men want to be Reacher and women want to sleep with him, a lot of women also relate to his freedom and detachment from societal expectations. That sense of autonomy hits a nerve as it speaks to people who crave control over their lives, and that includes a whole lot of women. It might help explain why Reacher, a show branded as Dad TV, boasts an audience that's over 40% female. But what cranks up the appeal, beyond the obvious action hero energy, is his sense of humor. This man is genuinely funny in a way that catches people off guard. Before he ever stepped into the boots of Jack Reacher, he was cracking audiences up as Thad Castle on Blue Mountain State. That role was a full display of his comedic talent. His timing was spot on. His physical comedy hit every mark, and the way he dove headfirst into playing a lovable goofball made it unforgettable. Even today, that playful charm still slips out during interviews and public appearances. He is the kind of guy who can laugh at himself without missing a beat. He once joked about his American Idol audition, where just his entrance had a judge practically ready to crown him then and there. Or take that unforgettable guest role on New Girl, where he played a character with a micro-penis. Most actors would tread lightly with a part like that, but he leaned in and made it hysterical. The best part is he seemed completely at ease. He does not take himself too seriously, and that makes him incredibly easy to like.
How y'all doing?
Sorry, Alan. Can I just say before you start, thank you? Thank you for putting a little smile.
Oh, you put a smile on Paula's face.
Come here. It's the first time we've seen her smile at Alan.
Oh,
wait, man.
oh God, Paula.
I am single, you know, shoot.
There was this one guy in Atlanta. His name is Alan Ritchson, and he's totally hot. Randy and Simon decided to leave the table and let Alan sing the whole audition to me. Now listen, I'm a professional, and it didn't sway my decision much.
This blend of confidence and comedy becomes especially potent in interviews. Ritchson has a natural way of making everyone around him feel at ease and a little off their game. One time, Will Fitzgerald met him over Zoom and blurted out, "You look gigantic," without thinking. Later, she laughed at herself for being so awestruck, but honestly, it was a fair reaction. Even through a screen, the man commands attention that feels less of an intimidation and more of a gravitational pull.
Well, I had my chemistry read with Alan actually over Zoom. And I remember even getting onto the Zoom and like meeting him over Zoom, and I was like, "You look gigantic." And I think I probably said something like borderline rude about that on the Zoom call.
The chemistry he brings to the screen only makes him more captivating, especially when he shares scenes with female co-stars. It is not just the brooding looks or the simmering tension. It is the ease and believability he brings to every connection, making it feel real rather than rehearsed. And when sparks fly in Reacher, they do not just flicker, they truly ignite. His dynamic with Sonia Cassidy, who portrays his love interest in the latest season, left fans buzzing. But interestingly, the excitement was not limited to what unfolded on screen. What made Wave's drama-free entire situation was handled behind the scenes, particularly by Ritchson's wife, Catherine, who stepped in with the kind of grace and charm that immediately won people over. Rather than sidestepping the obvious attention surrounding the romance plotline, Catherine took to Instagram and openly praised Cassidy for being respectful, professional, and wonderfully boundaried throughout the filming process. She even playfully commented on how refreshingly efficient and drama-free the experience had been, adding, "A layer of lightness that made her message resonate even more." Catherine gave Cassidy credit not only for helping create such an emotionally grounded and believable performance, but also for contributing to a respectful working environment that honored both the story and the people behind it. Still, even that steamy on-screen chemistry takes a back seat to what might be Ritchson's most attractive quality, his realness. In a world where most public figures are filtered to perfection and rehearsed down to their last sentence, he stands out by being refreshingly transparent. He has spoken candidly about being a late bloomer, sharing that he did not hit puberty until he was 17, something many would shy away from admitting. He has been open about his journey with mental health, his commitment to sobriety, and the emotional weight of navigating the highs and lows of fame. After surviving a terrifying car accident, he didn't hide behind the usual bravado. Instead, he talked openly about the fear, the physical pain, and the emotional toll it took on him. That kind of honesty, especially from someone who looks like he could bench press a motorcycle, is not just refreshing, it is magnetic. What makes it even more compelling is how consistent he is in that openness. Whether he is in a press junket, chatting on a podcast, or posting to fans online, the vulnerability is there. It is not performative. It feels lived in. He is someone who understands what it means to struggle, and he does not pretend otherwise. That relatability becomes the glue that holds all the other appealing traits together. Sure, he has the looks of a comic book hero and the stature of a linebacker, but underneath all that, he is just as flawed, thoughtful, and beautifully human as anyone else. He is a bit of a dork who loves to laugh at himself. He is a bit of a romantic who talks lovingly about his wife and kids. And most importantly, he is someone who seems completely at ease with who he is. That kind of grounded self-awareness is rare, and it is exactly why people feel like they could sit down next to him, strike up a conversation, and walk away feeling like they had just met someone real. Which brings us to one of the most swoon-worthy parts of all. He's completely, utterly in love with his wife. Alan and Catherine met in ballet class, of all places, and she used to bring him cookies backstage. That detail alone sounds like it was pulled straight from a romantic comedy. More than 16 years later, they're married with 3 sons and still seem like they genuinely like each other. In an industry where relationships are often short-lived and messy, their bond feels solid and sweet. We can all agree that nothing makes a man hotter than seeing him be a devoted husband and dad. It's not just attractive, it's kind of aspirational. Naturally, the internet has taken this whole package and run with it. During every Reacher season premiere, timelines get flooded with thirst tweets, TikToks, and memes that range from mildly flirty to downright scandalous. Posts like, "I would let Alan Ritchson wreck my life," or "Reacher could throw me through a window and I would thank him," have become par for the course. The fandom is loud, proud, and very thirsty, and they are not shy about it. The reactions are so over the top, yet so sincere that they have become a form of digital tradition, something fans look forward to almost as much as the show itself. Even other celebrities have jumped on the bandwagon, publicly declaring their Reacher fixations and making jokes about needing cold showers just to survive an episode. There is a sense of collective giddiness that follows every new scene he is in, especially the ones where he broods, smolders, or steps out of a car looking like a one-man army. The man can open a jar or break a lock with the same level of intensity, and the internet eats it up every single time. It has all gotten so delightfully absurd that even the cast and crew have started chiming in. In behind-the-scenes clips and interviews, they laugh about how self-aware the whole situation has become. They know what they are working with, and they lean into it with good humor. Ritchson himself plays along, neither embarrassed nor overly smug, which only adds more fuel to the fire. He knows the thirst is real, and rather than shy away from it, he seems to treat it as one big inside joke between him and the audience. But here's what makes it stick. In a sea of action stars, Alan Ritchson stands out because he's not trying to. He isn't performing masculinity. He just is who he is. He's open about what he's been through. He's warm and funny, and he knows exactly what kind of presence he brings into a room. That combination of humility and magnetism is rare. Most actors either want to be taken seriously or adored, but Ritchson manages to do both without breaking a sweat. So the next time you find yourself staring just a little too long at a gif of Jack Reacher walking toward the camera in slow motion, just know you're not alone. From A-list actresses to college students, from gym bros to book club moms, the world is collectively thirsting over Alan Ritchson. Which of Ritchson's qualities draws you to him the most? Tell us in the comments. We'll love to read them. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button to get first updates on our latest videos. Thank you for watching. See you in our next one.